And we're back. Sorry for that hiatus. I neglected to put my sunglasses on before we started walking. So anyway, here we are again, just in case you missed the other show. This is Disneyland Park. This is California Adventure. Straight ahead, that large blue pole up the center is downtown Disney. So this is gives you a good sense of how big the concourse area is. We're going to walk out the exit. We'll show you where the bus loop is relative to those parks. So if you're staying off-site, the bus is going to bring you in very, very close. And didn't realize we can't get over there because of the shuttle. So we're literally gonna walk out to the street and go across. So it is a little bit of a walk here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Once we get across the street, we'll be able to show you a little bit more of the sights as far as the Good Neighbor hotels are concerned. The Good Neighbors are broken into categories. There is a kind of a value, moderate, deluxe system on those. And there are some that have suites. So if you have a larger family where really the Disneyland Resort can't accommodate you without booking a 1 or 2 bedroom suite, some of the suites at the neighboring hotels are going to give you a better option. So we have parking lot shuttles as well as hotel shuttles going on here. But if you're staying at one of the nearby Good Neighbors, the walk from the concourse is actually shorter than the walk through downtown Disney. So you can actually literally be closer to the park at a Good Neighbor resort than you can be at Disneyland Hotel. Now there's still compelling reasons to stay at Disneyland Hotel. First of all, the ones that are right across the street from the concourse, their pools are not as extensive. Their water slide options are not as extensive, and here in Southern California, that pool actually has quite a bit of importance most days. So these are the art buses. There's one pulling away now. I feel like this is a backstage tour. It looks very backstage. Except it's more nicely manicured, has better flowers. In the evening, this is lit up very nicely. It's a very pedestrian-friendly space. No problem whatsoever getting around on foot at this location. And I've only ventured out this side one other time, so this is a little bit new. So
this is my first time.
Yeah, Ben's never seen Harbor Boulevard before. So we have this large thank you for visiting sign coming up ahead of us. That'll be our official end of being in the Disneyland complex. And now we're venturing into the wild. So we can just stay on this side of the street because we're not going to walk into any of the hotels or anything. So
okay.
Just to give you a good idea of what's out here, directly across the street, you have the Best Western Plus. There is a Fairfield Inn and Suites. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong about that.
Did last night say that Fairfield was her favorite?
Fairfield is her favorite. Yeah, I'm sorry. We are going to have to cross the street because we're out of sidewalk over here.
We are.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to have to cross.
Yeah, because that's what it is, Alex.
Oh, there is, but it's back farther. Well, we'll just cross the street twice. That won't be so bad.
Yep.
Okay. So if the prices in the park for food have got you down, you can just walk out this direction. Captain Kidd's Buffet, $11.99.
And an IHOP.
There's an IHOP. So this is Best Western, and Tropicana is also down the street. And the Fairfield is actually tucked in there as well. And then coming this direction, Cold Stone Creamery. Oh, that's not a hotel, sorry. There is a Cold Stone if you're up for ice cream and want something a little bit different than what you can get in the park. We've got Parkview Inn, Desert Palms. So if you're thinking about going Good Neighbor, this is what we're talking as far as distance to Disneyland. This feed doesn't tell me how long I've been recording, but I think we're under 5 minutes since we left the front of the park. The Del Sol Inn, I believe, is not on the good neighbor list. If there's a hotel that isn't on the good neighbor list, it means that they've done something. Okay, good. Less than 5 minutes. It means that they've done something horrible to offend Disney, or they haven't had enough ticket sales. The criteria for becoming a good neighbor, you have to have certain inspections, and you have to be keeping your hotel up to certain standards, the rooms and with the common areas, and you have to offer certain amenities. I don't know what they are, but I know there's a rubric, there's a criteria. So Disney's not going to let you stay in just any hotel on the right outside their property and say, yes, we endorse this hotel. So if you are staying with the hotel that's part of the Good Neighbor program, you can rest assured that Disney has checked it out. Now, this is part of the risk of staying outside of the Disney bubble, as it were. You'll meet some odd people out on this side of the street. There's the Grand Legacy at the park, and we're coming down to Catella Boulevard. We're actually going to turn right and go down Catella if you want to hang with us. There are a few good neighbors on Catella that we can talk about. And here you have a really great option as far as some counter service, if you will. You got a pizza, tacos. Chemistry, I believe, is an ice cream shop.
Chemistry, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that's one of the Nitro. Oh, I think it is. I think that's one of the Nitro ice cream shops. If you haven't tried it, they freeze the ice cream with nitrogen. It's pretty neat process. Oh, no, sorry, we're not on Catella yet. This is Disney Way. This would go into the back of the park as a service entrance. Like I said, this is actually my first time walking down this stretch of road with you, because I usually try to stay in the bubble.
There's the Guardians.
It's the back of Guardians. The back side of Guardians. It's the 9th wonder of the world. Or 10th, or 11th. We found a lot of wonders of the world here that are extra. A map. Goodness. Oh, so it is. Shows you where the I-5 comes in. Now there are a couple of good neighbors that go down the other direction. Probably the most significant of which is the Howard Johnsons. They have a pretty nice splash and play water park kind of area for the kids. So if you're thinking that the pool is really important to you, but Disneyland Hotel, Paradise Pier, Grand Californian are all out of reach, the Howard Johnsons is a really good other option. And sorry we didn't walk that direction. It happens to not be the way that we were going today. And it's literally the only one that's past where we were that I would recommend. So we did push the button, right?
We did.
Okay, we did. Ben did. Ben's taking care of things. You can actually see the backside of Cars Land from here also. So of course the downside is you have your typical traffic noise, your normal activity in the world. Staying out here definitely does take you out of the experience in a way that staying in the Disney Resort does not. But hey, if you're looking for pizza, this side of the street is where you ought to be.
I wonder how many orders they get. Like, can you go to the front desk at Disneyland Hotel?
I'm sure quite a few. So this is the Pizza Press. And we did drop down to 20%, so hopefully it'll hold for this video to finish up. Hurry up, car, come on. That drives me crazy. That's a thing at home too. When you wave to somebody and they wave back to you as though you should go. I'm like, but I just told you to go. You're making it confusing. So we have the Anaheim Hotel here, which I don't believe is part. There are 40 Good Neighbor hotels, and I don't know them all off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure the Anaheim Hotel is not on the list. So, and if you take a look at it, it kind of looks like it could be a monorail station merged with, like, the old Jim Bob's Motor Inn on the side of the road. Doesn't have the doesn't have anything really magical about the appearance. So even if it is on the good neighbor list, not one I would recommend. Coming up on one of my favorites, the Castle Inn and Suites. And just fun because it literally looks like a castle. So if you're looking for a place that's a little bit more magical than, say, the Best Western, something like the Castle, the Camelot, the Candy Cane, all of those are really great options to give you a little bit more magic without quite as much price tag. Yeah. And I will tell you, one of those three that I just mentioned, Disney has recently purchased, and I can't off the top of my head remember which one it is, but rumor has it they're knocking it down to build another parking garage. Yeah, I hope it's not the castle, because I think it's like, it just gives, you know, if you're going to Disneyland, it's just kind of a neat, yeah, exactly. It's just a nifty little place to stay. I mean, it's still, you know, the nuts and bolts of it aren't any better than any other hotel, of course, but it just gives you that feeling when you get back to your room at the end of the night, like, I'm staying someplace special. Yep. So the Candy Cane, contrary to its name, does not sound like a giant candy cane. Oh, here's the one they bought and tore down. I think it's the Camelot.
Yeah.
Does it say Camelot on the sign? Yeah, okay, we're pretty sure that it's the former site of the Camelot. So it looks like they did tear it down already. And parking coming soon. Oh, Village Inn. Okay. All right, maybe not. Anaheim Resort Center. Oh, that's the shopping center. Okay, so Candy Cane to give you a little better view. Definitely one that I would recommend. It is down here right on the corner of Catella Avenue and Harbor Boulevard, which, as you can tell at this point, we've probably been walking about 10 minutes. Really about the same distance as Disneyland Hotel. Now, as we turn down Catella, we're going to see a couple of places that I would have formerly recommended, but because the rules have changed at the Grand Californian, and you can no longer just kind of cheat into their entrance, I'm going to say that these are not necessarily your best options anymore, because now you have to come down Harbor Boulevard to enter Disneyland. You can't walk through the Grand Californian to get to downtown Disney. So you would almost have to walk up Disneyland Drive, walk through the Disneyland Resort, so you can get up onto the level where you can cross into downtown Disney. So not impossible, just not as good as it used to be. There's a Desert Palms Hotel and Suites. That's another one that I do recommend out of the good neighbors. Oops, we just missed a walk light. So down this direction is Spring Hill Inn and Suites. Spring Hill Suites by Marriott. If you are a Marriott partner and have rewards with them, that's a good option. And we're actually coming up to what's my favorite resort on the good neighbor list. So I'm going to plug in here so that we hopefully don't lose battery. Wait, can you hold for just a second?